How's it going? Thought I would do a little video here. As you can tell from the title, it's something to do with working on my new comic, and this is episode 1 of the process. Most of you probably don't know, but I'm doing a second volume of my comic, Faceless. Only my Patreon supporters would know that for the most part. So if you want to be up to date on that kind of thing, feel free to join. I'll have a link to that in the description. But anyway, where I'm at right now is the writing process. I was actually already working on the thumbnails for this and kind of like sketching how the pages might look. And I took a tiny little break from that, like a day, and basically it was eating away at me that the pacing was wrong of the story. So, as I tend to do, I'm gonna go back and I think I'm gonna rework this story again. Not completely, just mainly the pacing. And the thing is, I already know that the first issue is gonna be 34 pages, so I had that limitation, which it's quite a few pages to work with, especially in a single issue. But I initially thought that I'd have 48 pages, which is what I had in the first volume. So by the end of the first issue, there's a particular part that I want to get to. So I'm trying to kind of condense that down now within the first issue, without it feeling rushed. And I've already edited out a lot of stuff, or condensed things down and reworked it, but I'm just not happy with it. So because there's just certain things I'm trying to get across, and if you rush it, or kind of things that were initially meant to be 2 or 3 pages, if they're now only 1, there are ways to still make that work. But as I have it now, I don't think it's right yet. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is, I don't know how I'm gonna do a video of this because I can't give it away and I don't want to spoil anything, but I think I'm gonna try to somehow come up with a way to redo this. I think my plan here, let me open up, no, not open, new document. What I'm gonna do is, because in the later issues there is a little more breathing room. Here's the dilemma I'm having. There is more breathing room later on, so that logically you would think, oh, well, just kind of what feels condensed and too jam-packed in issue 1, spill it over into issues 2, 3, and 4, and there you go. It'll work. But like I said, there's a certain moment I want to hit by the end of issue 1, and it's really important that you get to that point, because once you do, you'll know, oh, I'm in for this ride all the way to the end, or I'm just completely out. So there's a part in the beginning that doesn't matter as much, so you're not going to see exactly what I'm writing, more than likely. But let me just I'm just going to do it in bullet points to like redo where I think everything will be. So let me see if I can work this out. We're going to discover something in the beginning. Something will be discovered. That's going to kick things off. Discovers. If you don't want any spoilers, I would say click off now, because you might be able to somewhat read this, but I don't think it's really going to ruin too much. But I thought it might be cool if I could do some of the writing process or some of the beginnings of what this comic will be, and you could kind of a little bit follow the journey and what the process is really like, at least for me. So here we go. I'm gonna try to just almost like bullet points, and because obviously I already fully know how the story goes. The pacing needs work. It needs to be done better, or otherwise I'm afraid that certain things won't come across the right way, or it'll just kind of be lost. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can, so it's just the scene. I'm just kind of summarizing the scene in key moments, and then I'm going to try to see how I can, maybe if certain things can be removed, even though I thought I really already, really distilled it down as much as I could, but maybe there's another way to do it. So I'm just trying this. I'm just trying. Just, for the betterment of the story. I think it could be a lot stronger if that limitation wasn't there, or if it was just done in another way. So, or I can make the compromise, that key moment doesn't need to be hit by the end of issue 1, move it to issue 2, and because my main concern is that's the real hook, and there is a worry that if you don't read that part, you're not going to want to continue to issue 2. So that is a big part of the thought process and just the creative process in general. Like, not everyone likes talking about it, but I am trying to sell the comic while also completely doing the comic and story I'm really trying to tell. But there's certain parameters that I need to work within. So that's a little bit what I'm dealing with here. And I'm almost certain there's no getting more pages than this. So it's just, that's the challenge. So now that I know that, I'm just going to work within that. So okay, this is about page 5 or 6. Okay, here is a point where issue 1 could end. So I'm going to just put potential end of issue 1. And that would give this a lot more room to breathe. And there are certain moments that I could kind of expand on to make sure the right things are being conveyed, and it's not just kind of crammed into less pages than would be ideal. But now that I have that marked, I'm going to continue on and then see what the next best move is. Okay? And now here's this is going to be second potential ending. I could throw it right there too, which normally it would continue, as I have it now, it would continue past this point for issue 1, but that gives me another spot I could maybe stop it. So, and then kind of the rest spill into issue 2, end of issue 2, spill that into issue 3, and so on. That might be a solution to what's going on. Let me keep going here. Okay. Then I'm going to put, alright, so that is normally where issue 1 would end. Normal end to issue 1. So all that would normally, as I have it now, that's all going to happen. But what happens here, I really want that to be at the end of issue 1. And I feel like I said, that would hook most people, if anything will hook them, and they'll kind of get what the real inciting incident is here. if I stop it up here, there's definitely enough for people to be interested. I'm just afraid it's not enough. It's not that real major hook. By the time you get to issue 2, you're definitely going to be in. But will you get to issue 2? That's the real problem that I'm thinking about. Plus, like I said, there's just certain moments up here that I wish I had more room to expand on. So, but if I end it sooner up here, I will have more room. So I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna have to just take some time and go through this. But hope you found this interesting. I think I'm just gonna kind of end it here. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought, and I might. I probably will do more of these types of videos. The next one you'll see will probably be some type of art. I don't know how interesting the writing aspect even was. This was one little, part of the writing, but I thought it would be cool to capture a little bit of it and give you some of my thought process. So, yeah, got a second volume coming. If you like the first one, this one's on the way. It's basically going to be a continuation, but at the same time, it'll be a brand new story. If you're super interested and you want to really follow every bit of the process, like I said on my Patreon, I'll be posting every time I draw a panel. I will post the finished panel along with anywhere from 6 to 10 images of process from pencils, lettering, in different phases of inking. So you'll get to read the comic as it's being made, and you'll get to read it before anyone else, like way before anyone else. So if that sounds cool, feel free to check it out. If not, occasionally I'll be doing some of these videos. I don't know how many I'll do, but at a certain point I'll just be drawing the comic, and every video will just be, hey, I'm drawing again. So there won't be too many different types of updates, but for now, here's episode 1, a little bit of writing, a little bit of behind the scenes and thought process. Subscribe if you want more. Leave me a comment, like, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.